It's now been over 7 months since Assassin Creed Mirage released, and something I had been asking for ever since I finished the game was the studio behind Mirage, Ubisoft Bordeaux, be given the opportunity to make another AC game, as I think they proved themselves with Mirage whilst having limited time and resources. So if they were allowed to make a game that builds on Mirage, while having far more time to develop it, I think we could end up with something very special. And since we already know the next two big games in the series, Red and Hexa, are not going to be like Mirage and the older games of the franchise, we may have to wait very long to see this style of an AC game again. And if Ubisoft Quebec is making the large RPG games and Ubisoft Montreal is going for a new formula and style of AC game with Hexa, then that leaves only Bordeaux to give us the old style of AC games so much of the community loves and craves. And after seeing that Mirage surpassed Ubisoft's expectations in many regards, I was thoroughly campaigning for Bordeaux to make a sequel or successor to the game in some way. And it seems that is actually now happening, as Mirage's creative director hinted at it in a Ask Me Anything on Reddit, and when looking at Bordeaux's job openings, they quite literally state they are looking for people to work on a new Assassin's Creed game. I know everyone is focused on Codename Red and Hexa for now, but this news has me overjoyed. I literally just made a video not too long ago where I talked about all the things I really like about Ubisoft Bordeaux as a studio, and why I so badly wanted them to make another AC game, and it seems my prayers have been answered. Again, not only do they pretty much confirm this is in the works on their website, but Stephen Boudon, Mirage's creative director, when asked directly about if they would be making another AC game, responded with, "We work in the dark to serve the light." That's about as close as you can get without outright saying it. Now obviously this game is still going to be in the very early stages of the development process, and we won't see it for likely at least like 4 years, I would think, because Ubisoft isn't going to release 2 major AC games in 1 year. They've learned their lesson with that, I would hope. And if Codename Hexa is expected in 2026, this game would come out at the very least after that, maybe even after the Black Flag remake, which may be in like 2027 perhaps. There's also a ton of other games in the works. It's pretty likely we won't see this new game they've begun working on until the end of the 2020s, maybe even 2030s, but that's okay. I'm just hoping Bordeaux gets a lot of time to work on this, and hopefully include and add as many features as they want to. As I know with Mirage, they had to cut some ideas due to time and budget constraints. Even though it's going to be a long wait, I'm just happy to know it's happening. Perhaps Ubisoft's plan going forward is to kind of dedicate each studio to their own genre of AC games. Quebec with the RPGs, Montreal with its new things starting with Hexa, and Bordeaux with the old action-adventure style. Now it's very unlikely this new game is a direct Mirage sequel. I don't think it's going to follow Basim just based on this answer, saying the team wants the freedom to create something new, which I totally understand. They don't want to be handcuffed to one particular time period in character. A character, keep in mind, that they didn't even originally create. So I can totally get why they would want to do something new, even though I would really love to see a Basim sequel or some sort of story with him after Mirage. But I'm just hoping when and whenever this game takes place is that it iterates on Mirage and gives us a proper successor. I think Mirage could serve as a great foundation for the studio, their first time being a lead developer on a game, being restricted to a 2.5-year development cycle and assets from Valhalla. Now that they hopefully have the time, they can build on Mirage and expand on some of the systems and features along with adding new stuff. Again, there were already a lot of things the team wanted to have in Mirage that got cut, and they may have the time and resources to do so now in their next game. Plus, they have tons of community wants and feedback to work with. I think everything is in place for them to reach their full potential as a studio. They're also moving into a new building later this year. It seems Bordeaux has gotten the respect they deserve from Ubisoft, and being given the opportunity to expand on their work in the Assassin's Creed series. I'm very much looking forward to it. We probably won't hear anything about it for the next few years, but just knowing that it's happening is enough for me right now. And if all goes well, hopefully Bordeaux will be a staple studio along with Quebec and Montreal, giving us new games in this series for years and years to come. I think there is so much potential in a successor or sequel to Mirage. They can improve the parkour, they can expand on the tools even further, provide better quality cutscene presentation. The creative director already hinted at wanting to have a feature where players can create their own fleshed out missions and contracts. I mean, I made an entire video pretty much listing everything I'd like to see in a potential Mirage sequel, so there's definitely a lot they can do. I've even heard the possibility that maybe Bordeaux is developing the AC1 remake. For those who don't know, it was leaked a while back that there was another Assassin's Creed remake in development that wasn't the Black Flag remake we've already known about, so it would seem quite clear that would be an AC1 remake. And maybe because Bordeaux, I guess, now specializes in this type of AC game, that they were given the reins on the AC1 remake. Who knows? I kind of hope that's not the case, because I want them to make a new game, and they already said they want to work with new characters and setting, so a remake obviously wouldn't fulfill that wish. I feel like an AC1 remake would make more sense for a studio like Ubisoft Montreal, since they of course did make the original. Let me know how you guys are feeling about this though, and what you'd like to see in this next Ubisoft Bordeaux Assassin's Creed game. It's a pretty good time to be an AC fan right now, I think. Lots to look forward to, but as always, if you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and considered subscribing to the channel if you're new. A special thank you to my members, and other than that, thanks for watching, and have a fantastic rest of your day, Assassins.